Hello friends, today we're going to look at the island of Cuba. It's one of the larger islands in the Caribbean. Now Cuba has had a sort of a rift between the US and itself because of political issues. I'm not going to go into the history of that, but today we're going to be covering a lot of the cars, the vehicles that are in Cuba. And if you look at it, you will think, oh, this is footage of somewhere in the 1950s, but it's not. This is modern day Cuba. There are a lot of older cars, up to 50 years old and older, in Cuba. Because what happened is, during the 1950s, Cuba used to import a lot of cars from the USA and other places in Europe. But because of an embargo set by the US and at the time the Cuban leader Castro, people weren't allowed to import parts for cars themselves. And so what happened was people were basically stuck with the cars that they had in Cuba. Now you have to give the Cubans the innovation and engineering to keep these vehicles working for all these years, and it's made Cuba sort of like a museum of cars. So you get all these Chevys, these Buicks, Chryslers, Oldsmobiles, and even Soviet era cars in Cuba that have lasted for years, cars that would normally fall apart or are seen like museum pieces in other countries. So it's very interesting to look at Cuba. You see a mix of newer vehicles with what is mostly older vehicles. So in this video we'll just have a look at all the vehicles, and if you really like vintage cars, this will be a treat for you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.